Byron flies straight toward the Yu Hua clan gate and lands safely before introducing herself as the master of Zufeng Peak from the Xiongding sect. She requests that the Yu Hua clan spare a few immortals to save someone, explaining that they were ambushed by the Qing sect, and Shen Shi stayed behind to hold off their cultivators so she could escape. Before she can continue, Luo Xianzi suddenly grabs Byron's arm and stares intently at her, while Byron looks down at the hand gripping her. Luo Xianzi then proposes that the others take Byron somewhere to rest first, and everyone agrees. Still visibly puzzled, Byron is ushered away by the other cultivators. Another cultivator wonders whether they should go help Shen Shi, but Luo Xianzi responds that they need to consult the sect master first. A short while later, Luo Xianzi reports everything to the sect master, Gu Ning, who acknowledges the situation and orders everyone to stand down. Luo Xianzi quietly wonders what will happen next, and the rumors suddenly seem far more believable. Their sect master may really have dealings with the Qing sect. For now, she can only hope Shen Shi manages to escape the disaster. Then, Luo Xianzi becomes alarmed when Elder K, a peak gold stage sword wielder, passes right by her. She immediately recognizes him as one of Qing's people. Gu Ning acknowledges Elder K's arrival and apologizes for welcoming him from so far away, but Elder K gets straight to business, revealing that he has already killed Shen Shi before questioning what happened to the one who escaped. Gu Ning informs him that the escapee has already been locked inside the dungeon. Elder K immediately demands that Bai Ran be brought out because her technique is extremely unique, and he is very interested in it. Meanwhile, Gu Ning considers Elder K a complete cultivation maniac. A beauty like herself is standing right in front of him. Yet this man is somehow more interested in the technique of a gold stage cultivator. His strength is already immense and only one step away from the nascent stage, but she doubts that technique can help him break through. Instead, the sect elder offers him another method, claiming that all he needs to do is accompany her, and within 7 days, she guarantees he will advance into the nascent stage. Elder K scoffs at the offer. Demonic heresy can damage one's foundation, so he refuses and demands that Bai Ran be brought out immediately. Otherwise, the Yu Hua Sect should not blame the Qing sect for whatever trouble follows. That remark instantly enrages the sect elder, but she still orders her disciples to bring Bai Ran over, and one of them accepts the command. A few moments later, the exhausted Bai Ran is escorted into the hall. The moment she arrives, Bai Ran demands to know what happened to Shen Shi. Elder Qi bluntly reveals that he killed Shen Shi, then turns his attention back to her technique. If Bai Ran reveals its secrets, he is willing to spare her life. Bai Ran flatly refuses. He can keep dreaming because she would rather die than reveal even one word about the technique. Elder K counters that the decision is not hers to make. He declares that he is taking Bai Ran with him and that everything will continue according to plan, then demands Gu Ning's acknowledgement. Gu Ning orders her disciples to follow Elder K, and they comply. Meanwhile, Luo Xianzi wonders where Elder K intends to take Bai Ran and whether Shen Shi is truly dead. Either way, she decides that she at least needs to find some opportunity to save Bai Ran. Later, Elder K urges Bai Ran to cooperate and hand over the technique, warning that he is not exactly the type to go easy on women. Bai Ran gives him the same answer. He can dream on. Elder K remarks that she is tougher than expected, then casually reveals something far worse. Soon, the entire immortal realm will belong to the Qing sect. The Xiongding sect comes first, followed by the Yu Hua Sect, and then Dongming Pavilion. In his view, those idiots are still naive enough to believe he will actually give her a place. Bai Ran condemns him as a monster and declares that the Qing sect will eventually perish for all its unjust actions. Elder K laughs, remarking that Bai Ran really is as gentle and pure as the rumors claim. Even while cursing someone, she remains so elegant that he is starting to become a little interested in her. Meanwhile, a Yu Hua Sect disciple hides in the bushes nearby and hears everything. She never knew the Qing sect had plans like this, so she immediately decides that Gu Ning must hear about it and quickly leaves to report. Once she is gone, Elder K remarks that the person appears to have gone off to make the report. Then the whole thing takes a sharp turn. Elder K transforms into Shen Shi. At that exact moment, Luo Xianzi appears and orders the pervert to release Bai Ran, while Shen Shi explains that Bai Ran has exhausted too much energy and he intends to heal her injuries immediately. Luo Xianzi attacks with her sword, but Shen Shi blocks the blade using only his fingers. However, The moment he gets a proper look at her, Shen Shi is surprised to recognize Luo Xianzi. Luo Xianzi is equally flustered after recognizing Shen Shi. Shen Shi never expected the Yu Hua Sect to send more than one spy, and since even he failed to notice her, he concludes that Luo Xianzi cannot be allowed to leave alive. Before he can act, Byron suddenly hugs Shen Shi from behind. Byron repeatedly celebrates that Shen Shi is still alive and that it is great he did not die, while Luo Xianzi is also relieved to see that Shen Shi survived. Shen Shi then apologizes to Luo Xianzi. Although it appears she intended to save Byron earlier and was not cooperating with the Qing sect, he still cannot allow her to leave. Confused, Luo Xianzi demands an explanation for what exactly is happening. Shen Shi reveals that everything he just said was deliberate and meant for the people following him to overhear. Once Guning receives the report, he believes she will immediately eliminate every Qing sect cultivator hiding inside the Yu Hua Sect, contact the Shangding sect, and join forces with them again. With Guning's decisiveness, Shen Shi estimates that the entire process will take no more than 2 hours. Until then, Luo Xianzi will have to remain there and accompany him. Luo Xianzi responds that Shen Shi must be joking because staying there does not trouble her at all. Byron sits there in complete silence, looking so flustered that the atmosphere is already doing damage. Luo Xianzi wears almost the exact same expression and stays quiet as well, while Shen Shi looks painfully uncomfortable between them. He feels the awkwardness getting worse by the second, especially with 2 whole hours to kill. Although the women on either side are both beautiful, they barely know each other, so in his mind, Guning seriously needs to hurry up. Then, Byron suddenly bumps her shoulder against Shen Shi. He immediately turns toward her, only for her to become extremely nervous and furrow her brows, unable to look him in the eyes. Shen Shi grows concerned about her, but before anything else happens, Luo Xianzi lightly brushes her finger against his. With that pure gaze fixed intently on him, she leans toward him. And Shen Shi instantly decides this situation has cooked enough. He remarks that it should almost be time, so they might as well go see Guning. Elsewhere, Guning has already eliminated a large number of cultivators, leaving them lying in pools of blood. With the cleanup nearly finished, she mentions that Elder K is still left and intends to deal with him personally. However, Shen Shi suddenly reveals that there is no need to find Elder K because he has already killed him, and by now, even his ashes have probably become flower fertilizer. Guning immediately demands to know whether he is Shen Shi. He confirms that she guessed his identity right away and praises her for being clever. Guning considers him quite the schemer and figures that, ironically, she has already fallen into his trap. Even so, she points out that he still dares to appear before her and wonders whether he is not afraid that she might go back on their arrangement. Shen Shi calmly reminds her that the people under her were elites of the Qing sect, and after losing so many of them, there is no way the Qing sect will simply forgive her. Guning counters that compared with facing the Shangding immortal ancestor, facing the anger of the Qing ancestor might actually be even more dangerous. Hearing this, Luo Xianzi becomes alarmed. With Guning seemingly carrying murderous intent, she wonders whether the 3 of them would stand a chance if they joined forces against her. Shen Shi, however, only laughs. He directly reveals his cultivation to Guning and lets her judge it for herself. The moment she senses his power, her expression changes because she immediately recognizes the realm. Divine transformation. Guning is completely stunned. She cannot understand why an incarnation of a Dao Lord would remain in a place like the Shangding immortal sect, because even across the entire immortal realm, someone at Shen Shi's level would already rank among the very best. Shen Shi then contacts Guning telepathically, wanting to know whether she understands now, while also hoping that she will keep the matter secret. Guning instantly addresses him as a fellow Taoist and declares that she does not know what he wants from her, but no matter what it is, she is just a little girl who will cooperate and keep her mouth shut. Luo Xianzi and Bai Ran are both completely lost. Neither understands what happened to Guning or why she suddenly becomes terrified and so willing to obey Shen Shi. Shen Shi can only feel that Guning has been scared silly. At the same time, he wonders whether acting this obedient is basically advertising to everyone that something suspicious is going on. So he quickly smooths things over, remarking that Guning is joking and questioning how he could possibly be qualified to command her. After all, the decision regarding the Yu Hua Sect still belongs to her. Guning clears her throat and immediately changes course. She explains that her sect has always been the Shangding Immortal Sect's best ally, and she previously promised the sect master that she would investigate the Qing sect's intentions. Shen Shi gives her an approving nod. He remarks that he understands now and praises her for being so thoughtful, adding that after catching a glimpse of her intentions. He simply wanted to assist her in putting on a convincing show. Gu fires back with even heavier praise, claiming that he is resourceful, bold, careful, handsome, and clearly very capable of living well. Meanwhile, Luo Xianzi is internally wondering when Gu ever came up with this grand plan, while Bai Ran is basically wondering what the hell is even happening anymore. With the performance somehow still alive, Shen Shi remarks that since Gu has already made her arrangements, the purpose of his visit has been achieved. Gu agrees at first, but immediately retracts that response and instead urges Shen Shi to take his time. A little later, Shen Shi prepares to leave with Bai Ran and remarks that Luo Xianzi does not need to send them off. Luo Xianzi brings up how, after Shen Shi met Immortal Miao that day, she talked about him for quite a long time. Now that she has finally gotten the chance to meet a Taoist master herself, she wonders whether he truly will not stay for another day. Shen Shi responds with a poetic line, explaining that a leaf of duckweed eventually returns to the sea, and people are bound to meet again somewhere in life. There is no need for her to worry, because if fate allows it, they will see each other again. Luo Xianzi remains by the gates as Shen Shi and Bai Ran depart, growing melancholic while reflecting on the words he left behind. Meanwhile, Shen Shi and Bai Ran fly through the sky together. Bai Ran wonders whether he personally wrote that poem, but Shen Shi denies it. She then wants to know when exactly he contacted Gu and conspired with her to put on such an elaborate performance. Shen Shi only sighs. Bai Ran wonders what that sigh is supposed to mean, and he brushes it off before remarking that there really are not many simple and lovely fairies like Fairy Bai Ran left in the world. Bai Ran immediately rejects the simplicity part, arguing that she is not simple at all and merely finds the entire situation way too coincidental. Shen Shi naturally grabs onto that opening and wonders whether removing simplicity means only cuteness is left. Bai Ran becomes even more confused about what he is talking about, while Shen Shi privately feels like he is doing it again. At this point, he can only conclude that it was never because he could not handle his disciples. Those disciples were simply way too outrageous.